Hello viewers, 4DIYers here, and welcome to the final episode of my buy and sell lawnmower video series. In this particular video here, I'll be doing a breakdown of the work that was completed, the time it took, and the cost. Don't forget to check out my website at www.4DIYers.com or click on the link in the description below. Luckily enough, even though it was at the end of the season, I did manage to sell both these mowers. I did post them on a local classifieds and save both ads to give you an idea of how they were laid out. I did cover my ads in the last video, how to promote selling them with a descriptive ad, and high quality photos and video. Starting with the first mower. It was a 21-inch Craftsman push mower with a 6.5 horse Briggs and Stratton. First was getting the mower for a low cost of $0. Someone was throwing this one out, which was great as this will maximize the chance for profit. I washed the mower, which took about a half an hour. This was important to remove any grass, mud, oil, and any other dirt which may make the mower not look aesthetically pleasing. I just used a generic soap, bucket of water, brush, and a hose to wash it. When washing the mower, take care around the oil and gas fill locations along with the carburetor intake. Next I cleaned the carburetor, managed to reuse all the original gaskets as they were in great condition. If you do need a new carburetor gasket, I have a tutorial how to make your own, which I'll include a link in the description below. Carburetor cleaner, depending on what type, is about $10 at the very most, but only half a can is required normally. Therefore, I'll put that down as $5, and the cleaning took about 30 minutes too. When you're new to this, it does take a little more time, but after you do get comfortable, it can be done in a short amount of time. The air filter was also clean, so there was no need for a replacement either. This engine did need a new spark plug as it never came with one in the first place, which can be worrying as the engine could be seized. But it wasn't, and the compression was also good. Overall, this took about 15 minutes. A new spark plug was $5. Cleaned up the cable route. Someone had used duct tape to hold it in place and it didn't look very nice, so I removed it, cleaned up the glue, and used zip ties instead, and then trimmed them to size. Also removed the foam cover on the handle, which someone had added. I could have added a rubber coating using plastic dip, but the paint is still in good condition, so it's not needed. I replaced the oil as it did look dirty, and I wasn't sure when the last time it was replaced. The engine doesn't take a full quart of oil, so you'll have some left over for the next mower, but I'll just be using a total cost regardless. Depending on the quality and type of oil required, this is only about $5. 30 minutes should be plenty of time for the whole replacement. The blade was by far the most expensive item for this mower, as the old blade was too far worn. This is certainly a worst case scenario, and that was about $20 to purchase a replacement. Styles and sizes will vary, and this does affect the price too. The replacement took about 30 minutes. And finally the wheels. As I did mention before, the bearings were badly worn, quite possibly the reason why someone did throw it out in the first place. I priced out new wheels from Sears and they wanted over $30 per wheel, which would have been $120 for a replacement. I found a place which sold bearings, but they didn't seem to have the correct size. Bearings are available on eBay and quite cheap, but it does take about a month for them to arrive. I managed to find someone who had mower parts locally, ended up buying used wheels, same style as the other mower for $10, and replacement takes about 15 minutes. Next is a 6-horse Tecumseh 21-inch Craftsman push mower that I picked up a couple weeks after. Managed to score this one for free as well, although this one was being given away as the owners were moving. It was well maintained, so it did run and had a new spark plug. I washed this one as well, 30 minutes of time in total for this. Even though it did run good, I did clean the carburetor for peace of mind so the buyer wouldn't have to worry about this. Luckily, when the owners were giving it away, they also included a pack of brand new air filters too. And the air filter was plugged quite badly, so it did need a replacement obviously. This was slightly more work intensive compared to the other mower, so about 45 minutes to clean the carburetor and $5 for the carb cleaner. This also received an oil change, again peace of mind for the new buyer and making it more desirable. Exactly the same procedure like the other mower, 30 minutes of my time and $5 for oil. And finally, I sharpened the blade on this mower. No cost is required, but just took about 45 minutes for the full procedure. Overall, the first mower took about 2.5 hours to clean up and repair. I invested a total of $45. Now keep in mind, prices will vary depending on where you are located, and this doesn't include fuel to pick up the parts either. Some stuff I had kicking around, other stuff I did buy, but I made sure I wasn't making a special trip for the parts that were needed. Even though my ad did say, or best offer, the buyer didn't try to negotiate, so I sold it for $125. That leaves me with an $80 profit. The 6-horse Tecumseh Craftsman took the same amount of time to repair and clean up. Considering it was more money, someone did beat me down on price slightly, selling it for $135, which brings the total profit to $125. 2 lawnmowers in a real-life situation, and both can be repaired in one day. As mentioned before, this is a great way to make a little cash on the side, whether you're going to school, want to fund a project, or learn the value of money. Eventually, you can work your way up to larger items, investing more money, but also making a greater profit. Even after you gain some experience, you can also open yourself up to other opportunities such as repairing small engines on the side too. The possibilities are definitely endless. This concludes the rest of my buy and sell lawnmower video series. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching.